Hello everybody, and welcome to our first Super Mario Land 2 6 Golden Coins Glitchless Tournament. I am so happy to have this tournament.
And I'm Adam Ferrari64, and I'm also very happy to see Mario Land 2 thriving, and we're very thankful for SpeedGaming for hosting this tournament. You'll see a lot of close races. I tell you right now, this game provides some of the most exciting races, and we do races all the time as a community. We hope that you enjoy the races.
Yeah, and for today, we have chosen a exhibition match between two people who are very close on the leaderboards. We have tournament seed number 10, Spaceman69, versus tournament seed number 12, Elecman. And those two have a rivalry going on. They've been racing almost privately, almost without any audience even, and have had very many very close races. I hope we're getting one of those today. It's going to be really nice.
Yeah, you're pretty much looking at Rafael Nadal and Roger Federer here in a tennis match. And like, not only are they personal rivals, they play all the time, but like Deer said, the races will be close. There's a great chance that it could even come down to where they're in the castle, they get the same cycle, and we have to like retime the frames. I don't know if if we get it that close.
You're promising too much.
You're
putting too much pressure on them. Let's just hope it's gonna be close. It's a great game to watch. Usually it's gonna be close. It's gonna line up at some point again. Let's hope for close races. If not today, then definitely over the course of the tournament, which will be going on for the next couple of months. We have a bracket of 24 racers signed up, which to me is amazing. Just a year ago, we wouldn't have been able to do a tournament like this. We wouldn't have had enough active runners, simply speaking. But since this year, the game just exploded, and a lot of runners just kept flowing into the community. We are lucky to have this opportunity, to have this tournament now.
Yeah, personally, I joined the community. The community was very welcoming, one of the nicest communities I've ever been a part of, about only 4 months ago. And, you know, a bit of a Darbian effect, but it was more than that. It was the community being so friendly, and partially thanks to Deer in most part. And I'm really excited to be a part of it. And there's a lot of new people, and we're hoping this tourney is a way to bring us all together and have a really good time.
Yeah, and I'm happy to have Adam here with me. He is the current world record holder in the category that we will holding this tournament in. So definitely a lot of expertise on the mic today. And with that, I think we can kick the race off and stop promising you things and actually have you watch it.
The quote Flounder from Animal House, "Oh boy, this is great."
All right.
Classic.
We're gonna count our racers down. I'm gonna hop out here, and the race should be starting in a few seconds. Awkward silence for 30 seconds now. Things you will see in this category, if you haven't seen this game before, which I suppose some of you watching this now, for you, this might be the case. It's a very movement-heavy category. It's called glitchless, as you can see. So there's actually no glitches going on. There are a few speed techniques, though, like super jumps, corner boosts, momentum storage, quick drops. All of those things we will explain while they happen. It's just optimization of your basic movement most of the time. And some things that might not be, like super jumps, things that might not be intuitive. So we will point those out.
Yeah, to a viewer, it might seem like this game is pretty much just run and jump, but like there's so much more to it. As you see these runners, even in the intro hut, they're going to go for a super jump where they have to hold A for a certain number of frames and release right before Mario's peak to get a higher jump than normal. So Deer will point that out when they go for their super jump.
Yeah. It's gonna come up very soon. They have to jump over a pipe with a piranha plant. And let's hope they don't jump into the piranha plant. It's right there. Both actually miss it. That's probably...
Yeah, elecman didn't get the biggest super jump, and then Spaceman bonked the pipe, because there's multiple super jumps you get depending on how... It's like playing chicken. The longer you hold A, like the higher super jump you'll get, but if you hold it too long, then you only get a regular full jump.
Yeah. So you have to hold down the jump button for 21 to 26 frames. If you hold it for 27, your jump suddenly goes to normal jump height again. But 26 leaves you... It gives you that like inertia, that momentum that carries you 8 pixels higher.
And there's so many required super jumps that are currently done in like the top speedruns of this game, including one especially that's I think it's a 3-frame window depending on where you jump in the final castle, and it's very nerve-wracking. And you kind of need it. You don't have to do. You can get away with not doing it, but if you kind of have to go for it if you're like trying to get the best cycle in the castle.
Yeah. Can I point out the sink right now? Did I promise too much?
I told you it would come down to the frame. That's what Mario Land 2 is. I mean, unless you see a major mistake, these guys are gonna be, I mean, very clean levels from both runners.
We will see some diversion at some point, but it's great that both missed the intro super jump. Otherwise, we wouldn't have this perfect sync. That's pretty amazing.
It's quite interesting that they both happen to... Oh, there's a little bit of an error. If you do a spin jump on the very corners of item blocks, you won't pick up the item. You'll only spawn the item and not pick it up as well.
Yeah. It takes like 1 or 2 frames for the power... Well, you're just too far right to actually make contact with the hitbox. I would say it's normally better to just forego the power-up if you miss it. And just play take it a little bit slower in an upcoming section.
Uh-oh. Elecman failed to hold down enough there.
He was waiting for his friend Spaceman.
Yeah, he wanted to
a
sink
bit too long.
Alright, maybe the corner boost here. Oh no, he didn't go for it. That would have kind of made up the difference.
Yeah. In the next level, we will... Oh, you can see pipes, by the way, on Elecman's side.
Yeah, for some reason...
Pipes in this, you have... It sounds like a lot. You have 7 pixels horizontally to get into the pipe, but sometimes it seems impossible. On Spaceman's side, you can see one of those required super jumps to get this shortcut here. To reach those floating platforms.
Elecman had the super jump, but he didn't maintain his height. He didn't mash consistently enough. Do you want to explain how the flying works, dear?
In this game, you can flutter with the bunny ears. I think the developers intended for you to just keep the button held, so you slowly descend. But if you keep mashing the button at about 5 to 6 hertz, you can actually flutter indefinitely. It's more of a rhythm than just mashing as fast as you can.
Yeah, one of the scariest moments in the run here. Uh-oh! Spaceman missing the... There he got it. It's just getting that power-up grab is one of the scariest moments in this game. Following...
definitely in a race.
Yeah. Even these jumps at the end. This entire level is just so long and you do not want to die. And it's so easy to get with a little bit of lag to miss one of these jumps.
And there goes our first boss of the run.
Another thing,
full name of the game. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to explain that you can buffer inputs going into boss fights where you hold certain buttons. In that case, you can hold the fire button to always get the first fireball shot on the first possible frame. But every single boss fight, I believe every single one, we use, yeah, pretty much. You use buffered inputs. You hold the button during the cutscene, and it makes the bosses a little bit easier for sure.
Yeah, that's correct. I was about to say that we haven't even talked about the objective that Mario has in this game. We're talking about speed strats and everything, but what are you even supposed to do in this game? So we saw that we acquired 1 golden coin, and the full name of the game is... Oh, what is Elecman doing?
Looks like Elecman is...
He lost the bubble
he needs
somewhere.
trouble here.
He can get it back here. You just have to be careful to not lose it right away, which he did.
This
This is bad.
bad because he needs to
He
have.
has to go back. He has to go back.
He's sitting there. Oh, he's gonna soft reset to reload the level.
Yeah. That's probably the fastest option there.
Yeah, that's sort of like a big mistake. That one of the big mistakes you want to not make is you need this bubble to get enough height to get into the secret exit to access space. But anyway, about the objective. Yeah, so Wario has taken over Mario's castle on his private island, Mario Land, and Mario needs to collect 6 golden coins, which gives him access to the castle, and then defeat Wario in order to get his castle back. And 28 years ago, this game was actually launched. It's an anniversary in North America.
Today?
28 years
Wow.
ago today was North American state for...
What impeccable timing for this tournament.
Yeah, there was a tweet about it, and it had like one of the original commercials, American commercials for this game. Oh, and it's like Wario talking about how bad Mario is and stuff. Wario's personal debut.
Does anyone recognize this song that's playing right now? It's usually the one song of the game that everyone tends to know, whether they've seen speedruns of this game or not. If they have played this game as a kid, which many people have, you usually remember at least this song. If you have the copy passed already, I'm not sure how SpeedGaming is. How SpeedGaming stance is about the copy pastas. I would say it's okay for this one.
In general, it's only done during this stage because that's the kind of it's a tradition. And
I was
it's cool,
chuckling about that Infinitum's comment earlier. Spaceman is actually in his element right now.
What's really cool is that the person who came up with the Star Song or started singing lyrics to this song, Controller Head, hasn't been active in years, but he just recently came back to streaming and he joined the tournament. He's one of the racers, which is awesome.
Yeah, as I said earlier, the influx of new racers has been amazing, but also some old names that we haven't seen in this game in a couple of years, like Controller Head or Mr. Cab, have come back to join us for this tournament, which is absolutely amazing.
So despite all the mistakes from elecman, they're still in the same level here. I know it's a long level, but one death from Spaceman would actually pretty much even this thing back up, depending on where the death occurs.
Yeah. There are also some levels where a mistake means a bit more of a time loss. Like Turtle Zone comes to mind. If things go wrong in Turtle Zone, you can lose 10 seconds very easily.
Spaceman coming out of Tatanga's Small Mario, which is going to cost him some time in Macro 1 with the next stage, and this could be a dangerous situation depending on which power-up he goes for, and because there's certain jumps you have to make no matter what power-up he gets that could result in a death.
Yeah, I'm wondering, he has the option to take a safety mushroom, which loses about a second, not that much more. Or he can go for a very dangerous backup. I would opt for the safety mushroom if I were him here.
Yeah. He's gotta be careful not to fall here, though. Okay. I've seen people die by bonking that ceiling there.
Yeah.
This is one of the most dangerous stages in the entire game. Even when you play it safe.
Yeah, over the course of the tournament, we will definitely get into the details of boss fights like Tatanga, the space boss that we just saw. It's not as easy as it looks. You don't just go up there and shoot him until he's dead. It's a quite finicky, very tight setup. In this stage, you can see Spaceman go up this secret pipe that was blocked by blocks. And those blocks you have to shoot with the Fire Flower. And you can see that elecman does not have that fire flower yet. So he will have to acquire it just as Spaceman did. And he can't lose it until he gets to those blocks because he has to shoot them. So we can skip 2 levels, go to this auto-scroller, and yeah, play 1 level less. It's the only secret exit that actually progresses you in the speedrun. Because this secret level acts as a shortcut. Just gets you directly to the boss level.
Yeah, and it's kind of nice because Macro 2 and 3 are also pretty difficult levels, especially like if you're doing an all levels run of this game, like they're very difficult. So it's really nice to just have an auto scroller instead of those in a glitchless run. The only danger is if you die in the auto scroller, it loses a lot of time, of course, but yeah, it is pretty rare. It happens though. I think everybody has died at one point, including myself, 2 different times, including I think my last run of this category, I died in the auto scroller.
Yeah, it just happens.
And there it is.
Oh no!
Elecman quick dropped off the block and he died.
We are those kinds of commentators now, Adam.
Commentator's curse, only on SpeedGaming.
We are sorry, elecman. It wasn't you.
If that happened to Spaceman, they'd probably be actually like almost tied up right now. Things can happen in this game, including the final stage, which is like the hardest stage not to die in, probably in the game, especially for a casual player.
Yeah, talking about the castle, aren't you?
The castle.
The castle. We will get to that. That can actually, like, we might seem like we are hyping up how tight races can be, but in the castle it can really equalize again. But not getting ahead of ourselves, Spaceman is actually having a pretty good run. I haven't seen any big mistakes from him.
Pretty consistent runner. I think he was practicing earlier. He had a pretty good run, several seconds ahead of his PB. Make it pretty far into the game.
Yeah, like both of these runners have been around for several years, and they've been on and off with how active they have been. But both of them somewhat recently improved their PBs, probably also to improve their seed for the tournament. The Spaceman's PB is, I think he has a sub 27. I'm actually pretty sure he has a sub 27.
Relatively big kind of mistake for Spaceman, taking damage in the stairs, one of the trickier platforming sections of the game. And by doing that, it's going to make Pumpkin 2, the next stage, a bit harder for Spaceman and going to lose some time for Spaceman. And elecman taking damage on the mouse boss fight. And that's going to potentially lose him some time, but probably not if he knows the backup in Pumpkin 1. Yeah, Spaceman might die here.
We will see how familiar he is with the backup dreads.
Well, you don't have to. You can actually not lose any time if you exit as Big Mario, because you can spin jump this block here in Pumpkin 1.
Yeah, that's correct on elecman's side. I'm talking about, yeah, Spaceman knows.
Oh, Spaceman, yeah. Good backup. That's actually what you have to do in all levels for one of the exits.
Yeah. He's still not quite back on track. Well, technically he is, but we will see how he fares with the section with the upcoming Piranha plant in the next level. Jumping over that can be a bit tricky, and if you get hit there, then the next level can become a little bit dangerous as Small Mario. So Spaceman will want to keep his Big Mario through the whole level, just to be safe.
There's a couple tricky parts. These boos are kind of hard to jump around, especially considering it leads into a couple quick drops, which is... Did we explain quick drops? If not,
we have not yet.
Go ahead. That's kind of an important...
Yeah, keep this in... Oh, he actually got past the tricky Piranha Piranha plant jump? Yeah, that's what it's called. If you release or if you walk off a ledge without holding run, you get a much quicker drop. As you can see, if you run off a ledge, you get this floating for a full tile length. So you can't drop down. But if your objective is to go down, turn around and such, you want to drop down as fast as possible. So you want to run, and just before you tip off the ledge, you want to release your run button. Drop quickly, start running again, and do it again in the other way around.
Yeah, I mean, the difference in speed between walking off a ledge quickly and turning around versus simply quickly walking off a ledge, there's a small difference, but the main difference is if you just run off a ledge, Mario floats. He's so floaty in this game. It's just
you can see it every
so
time
slow.
you run off a ledge here. On the elecman side, you see the quick drops.
Good. Very
You see
good
how
on the
quickly he
Elecman
drops.
side.
There's no delay.
I actually failed a quick drop in my PB, and it lost me about 0.3 seconds, which is
Yeah, that sounds about right.
a big chunk to lose for one simple mechanic like that.
The witch boss on Spaceman's side is the only boss that we cannot quick kill with fireballs. So you have to jump on her 3 times, and which side she appears on is completely random. You cannot predict. There is a slight bias towards her changing sides, and she's supposed to be on the right side when she's invisible when the fight starts, so left, right, left is the most common, the most likely pattern, which I think we also saw there. Was diverting my attention a little bit, but I think that was left, right, left. Was it right,
Yeah.
left, left? Right, left,
I believe
right?
so. Spaceman, he was standing in the middle though, because I don't think you can stand in the middle and react to the fight, but it's fastest to bank on left, right, left, and it's like a coin toss kind of almost. It's a little less likely than a coin toss, but if you do the left, right, left, and you just do the buffers by holding left and A to start, and then doing buffers for the second and third hit, you can actually save at least 0.6 to 0.8 seconds over optimally reacting in the middle. But you have to get lucky. Luckman's doing the buffers here.
Yeah.
Oh, but he failed.
I mean, that's fair.
That's still good. He got
He
the
did
first hit
buffer
in.
for the first one, yeah.
That's the only one that's truly consistent. To like where it's like free, I would say. You just have to hold buttons and it will work with the correct RNG.
We
Turtle
saw
2.
Spaceman flutter over all of Turtle 1. That's why we want the bunny ears after the witch fight, by the way. Swimming through the level would be very slow.
Dear, would you like to explain the swim mechanics in this game, specifically for like fast and slow horizontal swims?
Explaining is a good topic. So we didn't know for the longest time that there are 2 distinct swim speeds in this game for horizontal swimming. Depending on which frame you start swimming, if it's an odd or an even frame. On one of them you will get a faster swimming speed, and on the other one a slower swimming speed, which you have to recognize quickly. And in case that you recognize that it's slow, you can touch down on the ground or jump out of the water and start swimming again to get another coin toss. Like start swimming again on an odd or even frame and hope for a better outcome that time.
Luckman's getting lost here in Turtle 1, and he lost his bunny ears. This is not a good... He's going to actually have to swim. It does look like he has fast swim, though, which will carry him a little bit quicker. Throughout the course of the game, all slow swims versus all fast swims adds up to several seconds out the run. Like, if it's a big deal to be able to recognize what swim speed you have. Like, Elecman started off with slow there, and it looks like he got fast back. It's hard to tell. Even I can't tell at times.
Yeah, there's one last... Sometimes it's difficult to recognize, yeah. There's one last swimming section coming up for Spaceman. There's a swimming pool inside of this level, which I think fast versus slow swimming all the way is close to a second on this level.
That is exactly what I get. Like if I do the level perfectly up until this point, and I get all slow compared to all fast, I either lose or gain usually between 0.8 to a second, which is, it's a big deal. I mean, this late in the run because even if you get slow swim first time, you can try to like jump out of the water and restart your swim several times, but I've actually had it to where I've jumped 5 or 6 times.
Yeah,
and
same.
Not gotten it back. And
that Turtle Zone level is just strange in that regard, I think.
it tends to be one of the more frustrating zones, Turtle Zone, between the RNG and Turtle 2 and 3. Not to mention like a lot of the swimming mechanics and like being able to recognize your swims and like there's a lot of tight jumps in Turtle 3. Turtle 2 is just, you know, notoriously hard to learn. Like all the it's like a gauntlet. Like every room leads into the next, and
yeah, I totally agree. Those are the most difficult levels to optimize for newer runners. Like both of the relevant Turtle Zone levels. Let's disregard the flyover level. But Turtle 2 and Turtle 3 are very difficult.
well, even Turtle 1 has the ending, which is kind of hard to do optimally, but overall, you won't lose or gain too much time from that. Meanwhile, Spaceman is in my favorite stage in the game, I would say the heaviest like platform-based stage. 2 required super jumps to do it fast. One at the beginning and one at the end. Spaceman stumbles a little bit, but he gets through.
Yeah, he jumped a bit short for the setup. So once you get out of your comfort zone, out of your muscle memory, it's always kind of difficult to recover, and I think that's what happened to him there.
Elecman does not have a flower.
Yes, yeah, he does. He has to fight the boss the regular way, so you're jumping on the octopus 3 times. Let's hope he doesn't get hit. There he goes. So you can see why it's so advantageous to have the fire flower. The stun animation of the bosses when jumping on them is quite long.
And that's kind of what makes Turtle 3 one of the scariest stages in a run, where you can't like lose like any time at that point usually, because it's so hard to not take damage in Turtle 3. There's one place where we do it intentionally, but not taking damage the rest of the stage, it's so difficult. Like it's probably
it's just
one
very
of the
tight.
biggest runs.
Yeah, there's spikes everywhere, enemies in very strange places.
Very claustrophobic.
Oh, elecman got the super jump, but then messed up the very last jump of room 1 in Mario 1.
That stage looks really well. It looks so cool when you actually do it like fast and get like a 354 or better.
Yeah.
Even a 353 looks really good and clean.
I'm looking at elecman's stream if he gets the second super jump as well. And he does.
That's a 2-frame window, right? To get those super jumps?
Yeah, it is. You have
That's
to
one of the
hold down the jump
harder
button for 25 or 26 frames to get up to that gear.
That stage is probably one of the, as well as Turtle 2 and Turtle 3. Like doing Turtle 2, Turtle 3, and Mario Zone 1 back to back to back. It's probably the hardest 3 like stages, and I mean, in most speedruns that I see, like at least in a row, do those 3 optimally back to back to back.
Agreed. You get there on pace many times, but you don't get out of those on pace as many times. Spaceman is coming up to the last boss fight, and I would say it's one of the more difficult boss fights in terms of execution. Because here you can't just stand there and shoot, you have to maneuver a little bit. Like that first piggy can hit you, if you're not careful. Piggy 2 and 3 are not as difficult, they jump straight down and you can just mash. Like, he executed almost perfectly.
Yeah, really,
but getting
it's just
that piggy 1, yeah. That is difficult. It's again, as you mentioned before, it's one of those buffered setups where you can jump kind of around the pig, turn around, and then start shooting it mid-air. That's the only way where you can not have it get away from you. So you don't want it to even touch the ground optimally, which is difficult to do.
Alright, so Spaceman is coming up on the final level of the game. Very difficult. It's a million ways to die. Very hard to do casually. Very tricky as a speedrun. It is the last level, and the nerves are always high. Yeah. Required super jump
it is
here.
very difficult. There are several very tight jumps, like over these piranha plants, over the... Oh, he didn't hold
the jump.
button.
He didn't hold.
Yeah.
He got the 3-frame window, but he didn't hold A. All you have to do is hold A there, but he must have dropped the input. He actually
Maybe
got
you-
a super jump too earlier.
Yeah, maybe he was trying to go for a super jump to make sure to get over, but he released wrong. Yeah, that was much better. He has the strat down. I think he just was overcompensating for something for the race situation.
Yeah, that happens. Stairs are hard. Pretty much everything's just difficult to do fast. It takes a lot of practice. Out of the stages that I personally practice, this is in the top 3.
Yeah. But as you can see, you can die in this castle. It's very easy to do and it loses a lot of time.
As you can see, I mean, they're gonna be in the same state after everything that's happened. They're gonna be in the same stage together. That's essentially how this category ends up working.
Yeah.
I mean, another death from Spaceman here at the end, which can happen. I mean, there was a top runner that actually died recently on PB Pace in the final Wario fight. I love Mario, and it was just like yesterday, and it happens. And if it happens to Spaceman, Elecman will have the lead after all this time.
Yeah, there are no checkpoints in this castle. If you die, you go all the way back.
Oh, the kill count. So
We never
the
mentioned
reason
that.
you never mentioned that, yeah, if you get 100 kills throughout the 99 kills throughout the game, enter the castle, you can actually kill the 100th guy there, the mustache man, and use the star that you get from your 100th kill, which is just something the game programmed, and you use that star to fly through the rest of the enemies, and it's just easier and faster by about a second.
I think Spaceman is going for a manipulation where Wario drops in the middle here. Yeah. Oh,
No.
momentum storage. This can get very dicey. Okay, you should be good.
That was clutch. If he takes damage once more, if he took damage once more there, Elecman would have had the lead. Time is on the 3rd hit of Wario here.
Oh, he gets hit, please.
No!
Oh no!
Actually did die. This is what I'm talking about, people.
And
That
we
is
have
how
a race
easy
again.
it is for the race.
Keep going, Spaceman.
I told you to come out, everyone. I told you stuff like this can happen. This game is scary. No way
that
that
hurts to watch. That hurts.
It does. I've had that happen on Pace before where I missed the final. No, Spaceman! Oh.
My heart dropped when I saw he got hit while jumping towards Wario.
I think he was trying to hit split. I think he was so worried about hitting that split button that he didn't jump high enough on the final hit. Oh, and he hit a mushroom too. Well, same goes for Elecman here. Oh, if Elecman dies, Spaceman will have the lead still. I think. Yeah, he's coming back in.
These are nerfs. These are just nerfs.
Oh. Man.
Okay, let's.
He's gotta be careful not to lose all his
Elecman
lives.
here.
Let's see if Elecman can pull this out.
I think I switched the audio too late. Oh, there we go. Oh, he's going for the high kill.
Ooh, he does
Swaggy but
take
risky, and he gets hit.
twice. He's not gonna get the power up. One hit for Elecman, and then he'll die too. Spaceman dies again.
These guys.
Does he jump high enough and at the right time?
2,
Oh,
3.
just
He
barely.
got it.
The Elecman gets the victory here.
Oh, what a race!
That's why you never give up in a glitchless race, man. You never give up on anyone. Things can happen.
To be
in
honest,
Mario Land
I
2.
had given up on Elecman. I'm gonna
me
admit
too.
it.
Oh,
Spaceman was doing so well. He had a super solid run, but then the castle just happened, and that's exactly what happens in this game.
that's why even like the seeds, like it's hard to predict it, like a tournament when the tournament kicks off. Like it's so hard to predict any given match, no matter what the PB is. It could be anyone on any given day. That's this game.
Yeah, I totally agree. Like, nobody is immune to nerves. It's a race situation. It's in front of an audience. You will get nervous.
But like elecman's PB is over 2 minutes faster. Like, things can happen like throughout the run that you don't happen even in normal runs. Like, multiple deaths in places, like it's like so hard to like recover certain mistakes too. Like not having a certain power up in 11, or like right here, yeah, Spaceman.
Yeah,
He lost his mushroom.
I think Spaceman is just on tilt now. As we said, this is a rivalry going on between these two guys. Spaceman he's frustrated right now. He doesn't want to lose against elecman. Neither of them wanted to lose against the other one.
And he misses the buffer jump there, the 3-frame jump. Over the, because if you press A too early, you can't really react in time to not getting the jump, and then you'll... Like, if you ever see someone, like, walk into a pit in a speedrun in a 2D Mario, it's because if you have to jump, like, either frame perfectly or... Like, even there, like, that's jumping too late, but it's like, sometimes you'll press A while Mario's still in the air, and you have to hold it, so you can't, like, mash for a jump, you have to hold it, and if you press too early, not only will you not get the jump, but it'll usually lead to you falling in a pit.
I'm gonna ask elecman if he wants to join for a small interview. I'm not sure if he does interviews.
Yeah. Maybe we could get a Spaceman's audio too. I don't know how we can get
You're very
that.
correct. Yeah.
Just because like the credits theme, this is the end for elecman's side. Oh, thank you by the way. There's nothing like the castle theme. I mean, this is bopping is what it is.
He doesn't have his Discord on, so I guess that's the message.
Let's all root for Spaceman here. It's very hard. So let's all root for Spaceman to take out Wario here. Gotta get the castle back.
Yeah, like pretty much every room has some kind of difficulty in it. There's no room where you can just relax in the castle.
Well, other than like maybe the next, like the room after where Spaceman is here, you just have to run through, but like this part here can be tricky though with the platforms.
If you, optimally, you want to try to jump off the platforms, because when they start moving, they can create some lag. And then it becomes kind of tricky again.
Yeah, like for me, that room is muscle memory, but I still worry about, like, I think in either one of my last 2 PBs, and that I almost I had my input eaten or something, and I had a heart attack in that room. But it was on one of the platforms where I wouldn't have died. There's only a couple where you can walk into the lava there.
Okay, I'm expecting a super clean Wario fight from Spaceman now. He looks composed. He's gonna get a good Wario drop again. Close to the middle again.
Did you want to explain like how Wario, like basically the digit on the timer, the last digit of the timer determines like where Wario will spawn essentially, because it's almost like a cycle based, and if you go when it's 0, 4, or 8, is that right? No, 0,
0, 4, 8. You're correct.
Yeah. You'll get a good Wario pattern where he starts right at the right for the phase 2. Anyway, GG Spaceman, both runners.
I will go ahead and try to get Spaceman in for an interview.
And a quick shout out SpeedGaming for hosting this tournament. Mario Land 2 is definitely one of the better Mario games ever made, arguably one of the best for 2D Mario, and it's really nice to have this tournament showing off this great game.
Yeah, as we said, we have this tournament going on for the next couple of weeks. We will try to get the matches scheduled as quickly as possible. We stopped accepting entrants yesterday, so the whole scheduling effort is going on right now. And keep your eyes open on the SpeedGaming schedule for races of this game.
Oh, and keep in mind, this is a double elimination too. This here is a showcase, I believe, but like when we get started, it's a double elimination. So if you see a runner take the L, they still have a chance to win it all. It's really interesting, and it's really nice to have that second chance game because it's pretty easy to make one mistake and you'll have a chance to redeem yourself. It's really cool.
And I think we have Spaceman with us. Hello there. Spaceman? Huh?
Hello, runners? Spaceman?
Yeah, I'm
GG's?
here.
Ah, there you are. GG, that was heartbreaking. How did you experience that castle?
Yeah, that was something.
Yeah, your run was looking so good up to the castle, and I don't know what happened. What was going through your head? Was it just
That last,
autopilot?
yeah, like that last jump there on Wario. The first time you were in the castle, like you just either didn't jump too high, or was the splitting affecting you?
Yeah, the very first Wario, I was too concerned about hitting the last split versus taking him down.
Yeah.
I was explaining how that happened. I Love Mario on PB Pace just yesterday. Like it's something that can happen. Like that's why it's like I'm always worried whenever I see someone in the castle. Like it's hard to get through without something like that happening.
Spaceman, I think you don't have the Discord audio, don't you? I think you're listening to the stream.
Yeah, it sounds like I can hear my voice like 20 seconds. There's like a delay.
Yeah, that's a big delay.
It's crazy for sure. That was a yeah.
Anyhow, let's
Is
see if we
Elecman
get
here?
the delay.
Weird.
Elecman, no, he
He's
didn't
not
want to
coming.
join.
Oh, okay. Yo, late learner in the chat. What's going on?
Yeah, some people didn't join the tournament, but they still show up. Former number 2 on the leaderboard, late learner there.
Very good person.
Yeah, Spaceman is having technical issues. So.
But yeah, like that's what can happen with the castle. Like after elecman, I mean, not gonna lie, like elecman, like when he messed up the bubble level somehow, I don't know exactly what happened. It looked like he had P-speed or in the bubble, but he like, I don't know if he was just trying to show off like the rest of the level or something, but like that really
I
lost
completely
him.
missed how he lost the bubble the first time.
He was just
it's
like
hard to
floating
do.
around. He was just floating around for like, I think he was just like goofing around in the level and he lost it. And then he got the second one back and he would have been fine, but he lost that one. Really put him in bad shape because you need the bubble height to get into Space Zone. Because if you take the bottom exit in bubble, you're just gonna go back out to the main map by Macro Zone. And
he didn't have speed.
Oh, he didn't have P-speed.
Jumped into the bubble slow.
That loses like 30 seconds, I think. I've done that in a race before. I just kind of ate the time loss because I just wanted to make sure I got in. I didn't realize it loses that much time, but yeah, it would never
Yeah,
do
so
for
I think then his plan was to actually go for the second bubble.
a bad.
It might have been better to just go back.
Like, I think the
and-
best
and
thing to
take the
do is
first
like if
bubble
you
again.
don't have P speed, like you should. I think the best thing would be like to lose it immediately and go back to the first one, like because I think you
Yeah.
can lose it pretty quickly.
Yeah, as soon as you touch the water or touch any enemy, it actually protects you from taking damage. So it's a free extra hit. And then you just go back. Yeah. Or maybe elecman, don't tell me you went for the backwards bubble. Because you can.
Well, he said he
can
said he
turn
would
it
never
around.
loop around. That's kind of a swag.
I know how to understand that.
Like I've goofed.
Alright.
I've actually had it to where I don't know. It's like, oh yeah, it's because I've missed the bubble before and like tried to go back for it and like didn't get P speed into the bubble. But yeah, you definitely
if you don't
want to make sure
the
you do
speed
that.
difference is substantial.
Yeah, I think
It's
it's
like
like
a 15 seconds difference over the whole level if you do it with slow speed.
yeah. I usually lose 20 because like I usually miss the bubble before that and have to go back, so I lose like another 5 seconds. Obviously, it's a reset for PB attempts, but in a race you can't reset, so you always want to make sure you get that P speed bubble jump, which I think I don't know how many frames you have to like hit that jump. It's probably like around 6 to 10. I'm just guessing here. I'm not a scientist.
I don't know either.
There's the scientist here.
Oh shucks. No, I haven't analyzed everything. I think we have Spaceman back.
Yeah, I'm finally back here.
Oh,
Figured
that's
it all
perfect.
out.
Very
Awesome.
good. GG again. Now in real time.
Yeah, thank you. That was quite a tragedy is the word that's being tossed around right now.
Don't take it too.
How were you feeling
negative.
about the rest of your run up until that point? Till you died in the castle?
It was going all right for a race, I can say that much for sure, but got a little too excited there at the end. That's all I had to say about it.
I was
happens.
saying to Adam that first half that looked almost flawless for what you were going for.
Yeah,
Up to macro zone.
Right. Instead of practicing in attempts to get PBs, I've been trying to do a race mentality, so I think that helped a lot.
Yeah. But then at some point, yeah.
Yeah, it happens.
I thought the rivalry kicked in, so you really wanted to cut it extra close to squeak out that extra 10th at the very end on the Wario fight, just to not lose potentially.
We can call it that if you want to.
Yeah.
I always like to watch races so I know where my opponent is, because like if I know it's tight, I'll go for like every strat. But like if it's like in Jeopardy, like knowing how much money your opponents have going into Final Jeopardy, so you know how much to bet. Basically,
Right.
changes how you play it out.
But yeah,
Oh, for
thanks
sure.
a lot for participating in this showcase race on short notice.
Oh, it was my pleasure. I couldn't have asked for a better race partner, that's for sure.
Yeah. And I think with that we can slowly start to sign off for today. Again, more matches of this to come over the next couple of weeks. A very diverse playing field of players, and I hope we can hear each other again soon.
Yeah, I'm really excited for this tourney. I'm very happy SpeedGaming is hosting us. Mario Land 2, great video game. And we have runners, old and new, young and old. It's going to be great. It's a very diverse field of speedrunners.
Yeah, looking forward to that. So until then, take care everyone.
Thank you all.